what's the second characteristic of these programs? They proactively analyze and identify root causes of inequities. And that does require looking at these different stages of the employee lifecycle. So we'll take a look at the survey results here. And here we did split our surveys into two categories. So we ask another question later in the survey, which is similarly to the one that we did earlier, agree to disagree with a statement that is, my organization does a good job at building diverse teams at each level of our organization. And then we split the respondents based on those who said that they did a good job at this, so agree or strongly agree, and those that disagree, that they don't believe that they do a good job at building diverse teams at each level. And then we split to see, okay, well, what do those effective organizations do differently than ineffective organizations? So the effective organizations here are those green bars, and then the gray bars are the ineffective organizations with respect to building diverse teams at each level. And what you can see is that effective organizations are more likely to run analyses for each of these employment outcomes: hiring, attrition or retention, employee engagement, performance, and potential assessments as well. But the overall takeaway here is that organizations analyze all parts of the employee lifecycle, and effective organizations are much more likely to analyze things, particularly performance and potential assessment. So we want to talk a little bit about how these employment processes are interrelated too. So we're going to focus in on one in particular for a little while, which is performance analysis and potential analysis. So there's some research that came from the economists Alan Benson, Danielle Lee, and Kelly Xu. And this is from their independent research. So this is an analysis that they conducted of outcomes in a large organization that does 9-box ratings, right? So they're both evaluating performance and potential. And what they found was that women were, on average, received higher performance ratings, but they received lower potential ratings than men. In fact, there's this one category, which is high performance, low potential, where women were much more likely to be bucketed than men. And that had consequences for those women. Specifically, as a result, they were 13% less likely to be promoted than men. And that was because of that difference in the potential ratings that they received. And so what I want you to take away from this research is, there are consequences when there are inequities in one of our processes. And there are also reasons, right? So when we have a difference in promotion rates, there's something that happened beforehand that was leading to that difference in promotion rates. So it may not be that narrow process is biased against women. It may be that there's bias happening further upstream in the process that is impacting the observed difference in promotion rates.